Be strong.
Welcome back to Crypto for Freedom, to another live stream. We're live out here on a Friday night, and we're going to be talking about crypto, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and I forgot to mute this. There we go. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin and Dogecoin and the crypto 4-year cycles. We'll just wait a little bit longer to see if more people come in the chat. But we're chilling out here, man. We made life-changing gains this cycle. We started a YouTube channel. We're not exactly crypto expert or anything over here, but we know what we're talking about for the most part. So it's been pretty dope building this channel, hanging out with you guys on here, and I'm looking forward to continuing this YouTube journey because it's been pretty good for me so far. We'll get our hair going up here in a little bit. Can you guys hear me? Check 1, 2, checking in from outer space. Can you hear me? All right. Well, I guess we'll jump into this video here. So thanks for joining me out here on a Friday night. Today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin and how I think the 4-year cycle is in, and how I think we're going to be going into a 1-year downtrend from here that has already commenced. Now let's jump over in the charts, you guys. Super excited about this YouTube channel, you guys. As you can see, every time I stream, I get really giddy. So to me, if October was the top, that means we've already seen 56 days to the top. And that's pretty cool. Already down over the next year. 379 days in that bear market. Let me close this. I keep forgetting to do that. And 379 days in that bear market. I think I said bull market on the last one. That's all right, though. 394 days in that bear market. So we're probably going to see 379 days here from the top. Now, stick around to the end of the video for the bullish hopium, you guys. So that means 379 days from October 2025. We could be seeing a low for Bitcoin. And in my opinion, we will probably see something very consistent from what we've seen in the past. Over here in 2017, 2018, Bitcoin went down 84%. Over here, 2022, Bitcoin went down 77%. And even in Bitcoin's first bear market, it went down 86%. So most likely from the top to this yellow line, which we're going to say, buy Bitcoin, buy, sell everything you own and buy. We're going to make that a vertical text. Might as well. There we go. So sell everything you own and buy at this line right here. Here, let me make the opacity a little brighter. That way you can see it more clearly where you want to buy Bitcoin. Right there at that line, guys. So if we see diminishing losses, just like we've been seeing diminishing returns, who knows? Maybe we'll see a 70% retracement for Bitcoin, which could bring Bitcoin down to 38K. Or maybe we'll see a 65% retracement and see Bitcoin come down to 45K. Mark these 45K. And what did I say, 38K? Yeah, 38K right there. So this one was a 70% retracement. Put this in the middle. No, top, center. There we go. This one was a 65% retracement. Put this one in the center too. Okay, so queso, like the cheese. If you guys are hungry, want some Mexican food, go out and get you some. Because you probably got Bitcoin profits, so go out and get you some Mexican food. We can see a 65% retracement possibly down to 45K. Or we could see a 70% retracement. We also could see a 75% retracement or a 77% retracement and just see the normal retracement down to 28K. But you got to have a plan here, you guys. You got to have a plan, begin with the end in mind. So if you're investing now, then you need to be holding for a long period of time, like 3 to 4 years, if not more, maybe 10. Oh, I screwed that up. Center, there we go. So yeah, this is it. This is what we're looking at, you guys. And if we pull out our fib tool from the high to the low, and we'll go ahead and take off that. So yeah, that's the golden pocket right there, you guys. The 0.5 to the 0.618, anywhere from 32,900 to 39,345. That's kind of where I'm predicting Bitcoin to go for the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement by October, November of 2026. So I'm going to be doing a dynamic DCA into the market, redeploying my cash into the market. And, you know, I think the price of Bitcoin could end up falling 50% initially from the high. And I'll tell you why. This is our bull market range, in my opinion. And in the last cycle, we saw 50% retracement to the bottom of that bull market range multiple times. Happen there, happen here. And we're probably going to see another 50% retracement down to the bottom of this site, to this channel. And that makes sense to me. Also, we could see a head and shoulders forming here. This is the 2-week chart, by the way. Actually, let me get back over to the weekly chart. Here we go. So we could be forming a head and shoulders here for Bitcoin. Oh, that's not the head and shoulders. If you guys are liking the stream, liking the content, make sure to smash a like and leave all your thoughts and feedback in the comment section. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel, you guys. We're growing out here. We're almost to 500 subscribers, so trying to monetize the channel. So, yeah, I think Bitcoin's coming down to 75K in the immediate short term to kind of set up for this head and shoulders pattern here. Like that. And that could see that could see the 50-week moving average kind of rolling over. Bitcoin coming down to test the neckline, bouncing back up, back testing the 50-week moving average, coming down, back down to the neckline. And then the price target for this pattern is from the top of the head to the neckline. You extrapolate that out to the breakdown. And that brings us down to this first target of 65% retracement down to 46K. Now, who knows how low Bitcoin is going to end up going this bear market with institutional adoption, game theory playing out right before our eyes. Are we going to see the normal 77% retracement and see Bitcoin come all the way down to 29K? Or is it going to be a more mild bear market? I think what I'm planning to do is start buying at 45K because I see this price target here. And then once we get down to the golden pocket, I'm going to start buying a little bit more and kind of do a dynamic DCA and then save more of my money for this time just in case we go down to that. And although I took a big chunk of profits out of the market, my plan, and I'm going to stick to my plan no matter what happens. So even if the price goes back up one more time and then comes down, or just goes straight down, or has a back test and then comes straight down, my plan is to put the rest of my money back into the market starting in October, and I'll probably do it pretty quick between October, November, maybe a little bit into December, and somewhere right in here, you guys. And that's my plan, and I'm going to stick to my plan because I think that's a winning strategy. And even if the price goes back up, I still have a pretty substantial amount of Bitcoin on the side. So even if the price does end up going back up, I still have a pretty substantial amount of Bitcoin on the side. But now I have a massive emergency fund, and that feels really good. I'm debt free. And that's what I keep saying on this channel. You want to have an emergency fund. You want to be debt free. You want to have multiple streams of income coming in. That way your emergency fund and your income will be able to protect you over the long term, over these 1 year bear markets where we see Bitcoin drop 77%. And then your income can go towards stacking up cash to buy the dip when the price does bottom out next year. So if you're spending all your money towards debt payments, you're not going to be able to afford to buy the dip. You're not going to be able to afford to save up cash. You're not going to be able to afford to save up an emergency fund. So you got to do what you got to do. Maybe if you got to go get an extra job or work harder, get overtime at work, start a side hustle, do what you got to do to get out of debt. That way you can set your family up for financial freedom and self-sovereignty into the future, because we all see where this is going. So you want to be on the right side of this trade. That way you don't get left behind, because Bitcoin really is the real money, and all the money is actually made in the bear market. So because I was able to buy down here, I was able to sell up here, right? So buy low, sell high. You don't want to buy up here and FOMO in. Although I did buy Bitcoin for the first time over here after the massive pump, but I had been studying it for 6 years getting ready to get in. So it takes a very long time to gain conviction and gain understanding of this asset to be able to make something of yourself with it. Because if you don't study it and you don't begin with the end of the mind and you don't plan to make a plan, then you basically plan to fail. So yeah, man, you got to just lock in. You got things that you do in your life for you and your family is to study Bitcoin and understand it, learn how to buy it and hold it and self-custody it for the long term. And that's just the way the world's going, because the dollar is basically worthless at this point. And this is my way out of the rat race. I was able to start multiple businesses because of Bitcoin and get out of the rat race. So now I work more when I want to than out of a necessity, because I already put in a ton of work in my 20s, and I made the right decisions to invest, and then saw where the world was going, and I was able to get into Bitcoin. Now this actually does look like a head and shoulders pattern here, and also Bitcoin has been making a massive rising wedge on the weekly chart, finding resistance at the top of the bull markets and support at the bottom of the bear markets. And now we've fallen out of that, and you kind of take from the high to the low over here. And that kind of matches right up with, that 77% retracement down to 29K, seeing that price target, and just kind of knowing these patterns, like this symmetrical triangle. If you could have saw this symmetrical triangle over here, and you could have been trading this, that's the price target for that, and that pretty much hit perfectly. So I wasn't in Bitcoin back then, but I'm very aware of the 50-week moving average now. And once Bitcoin breaks through the 50-week moving average, that's when we go into the bear markets. So we just broke through the 50-week moving average. And I'm going to be looking for more confluence that we're going to be seeing lower prices. But I already have flipped bearish, and I've repositioned to take advantage of buying the dip, and to make sure that I have an emergency fund on the sideline. That way I don't have to sell any more of my generational wealth in Bitcoin. So that's what I kind of advise you guys to do, is, hold Bitcoin and look for opportunities with Dogecoin. But you got to look at the 7-year cycle theory for that, which it looks like only 20% of my viewers actually believe in that. But I'm going to be sticking to that, and I'm going to be talking about it on the channel for the next 4 years until something actually happens. And I'm pretty much completely out of Dogecoin, so if there is a rally, I'm probably going to miss it. But that's fine, because I've already had life-changing gains with Bitcoin, and I see where that's headed. So I'm going to be holding Bitcoin for the long term. But I am going to be looking to take advantage of different trading pairs, mostly Dogecoin. And right now I'm just holding a bunch of Tether on the sideline, and I'm just waiting. And it kind of feels like I'm like one of those OG crypto dudes now, even though I haven't been around for, 8, 10, 12 years like some of these guys. But I've been around for almost, 5 years now? Got in back here February of 2021, so February of 2026, that's coming up. I've been in crypto for 5 years, and like I said, all the way since over here in probably August of 2016, and I just didn't have any money to get in back then, but I do now because I worked hard, I gained my conviction, and I'm smart, so I was able to take advantage of my knowledge and take advantage of my hard work ethic, and get into a position where I just don't have to work for the man anymore, and I can say F you to the man, and I can live on a Bitcoin standard and be self-sovereign, and that's what I'm going to keep doing. So I'm going to just keep doing me, and it's going to be awesome. So yes, I'm looking forward to that. So if you guys got any questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat. We'll go ahead and answer some questions if you guys have any. And yeah, it's been a pretty good stream so far. Looks like we've been streaming for 25 minutes already, so that went by pretty quick. Last night's stream was like 1 hour and 7 minutes, and that was a lot of fun. And I'm going to get on and do these streams more regularly, possibly on a daily basis, especially if people start showing up for them and hanging out with me on the live. I have 361 subscribers, So I'm on my way to monetizing on YouTube and becoming a YouTube partner. As soon as I get 500 subscribers, I'll be able to get super chats in the live, memberships, and open up a store. And I'm really looking forward to that and growing this community of like-minded individuals who want to invest in crypto and have life-changing gains. So that's what we're doing here. So if you guys are new to the channel or you like the content, if you resonate with the message I'm putting out here, then make sure to subscribe to the channel, come back to my videos, come back to the lives, and support here, because we're on a mission here. We're on a mission to educate as many people as we can about cryptocurrency. That way they can take advantage of this life-changing opportunity. And God is really telling me to, put my best foot forward here with this crypto channel, telling me this could be some of the most impactful, important work of my life. And I know how valuable the knowledge that I have is, so I want to take advantage of that. And Bitcoin over here is at 84K. It's kind of struggling to stay up here. And we do have some support coming up here at 76,000 with the support resistance to support flip here. We've already tested that one time after the breakout and coming down to test it again. Now I think we could bounce here like I was saying. I'm pretty sure this is going to roll over, back test the 50-week moving average, and then break down to our targets. That's when we load up on Bitcoin for the long term and increase our stack. And I don't think I'm ever going to get back up to as much Bitcoin as I had in the past, but that's all right. This is still a life-changing opportunity for me and anybody else that wants to take it. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to building this in the future. So, what's up, Flo? Still, how you doing, man? Total 3 looks to be squeezing to the upside or that downside. Total 3 looks like it's about to break down on this trend line, break through the 50-week moving average as well. Kind of also looks like it's making a head and shoulders here as well, something like this. So if we bounce here, we could be seeing a breakdown. I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty good. I'm just really excited to be live streaming tonight. So thank you so much for coming into the chat and showing some love, man. I appreciate that. It's been a lonely chat so far, but you're the first one, so thank you. We're 28 minutes into the live, and we'll probably stay live for a little bit longer, so appreciate that. It says you're my top fan with 75 XP right now. So I'm a new streamer on this channel, but I have tons of experience streaming, and I've been growing this channel. I've had this channel for like close to 2 years, and I've been putting way more effort into it the last 2 months. And I was able to grow from like 20 subscribers up to 360 within basically 4 weeks of posting every day. Mostly Dogecoin videos, but my channel's about Bitcoin and Dogecoin. So I like the trading pair there. And yeah, I mean, who knows what's going to happen? This could end up squeezing up to the top of this rising wedge and kind of fake everybody out, because you know how fast this stuff happens. And I'll probably get pretty depressed if that happens, because yeah, I sold my bag. But you know what? The 50-week moving average on Bitcoin, once we get a second weekly close, which it looks like that might happen this week, it's looking pretty decisive here, being down 32% from the high, also being 540 days past the halving, which the halving was April 20th, 2020. So being 540 days past the halving, which historically has been, the top of the market. I believe the last halving was in March of 2020. No, it was April 2020 right there. And then 540 days past the halving, 580 days. Or was it in May? I think it was in May, actually. Damn, I can't remember what it was. That's all right. Pretty sure it was right here somewhere. But yeah, 540 days past the halving. And the previous one, I think, was in March as well. Where was it? March of 2017? I think that's what it was. No, it was... Dang, I can't remember. Here, let me look it up on my phone real quick. Bitcoin halvings. Usually I have these lines drawn on my chart because it's really helpful, but I pressed remove all drawings yesterday and I forgot to put it back up. So Bitcoin halving dates, April 19th, 2024. My stream yesterday got 75 views. People watching the replays. So that's pretty cool. Total 3 looks to be squeezing when you add crypto cap, total 3 minus crypto cap, others minus crypto cap, USDT minus USDC divided by crypto cap, BTC. Squeezing. Yeah, I thought I got that wrong. I got these